That's better.
Yeah, you
move the mic out the way then.
Good evening, everybody. Come in. Lola, can you invite everybody? I'm gonna put you on screen by yourself for a minute while I finish. Welcome, everybody.
Greetings, good people. Hey, y'all know what time it is. It's Saturday night. It's after 9, and we getting ready to get busy. I need everybody to check in. I need y'all to check in. Where you checking in from? Hey, Sherry, Janetta, how y'all doing? Let me know where you're coming in from. Glad to see y'all on this beautiful Saturday night. Hey, Tanita. How y'all doing? Stand up, stand up. I see you. Oklahoma in the building, Texas in the building, Connecticut. I love it. Arizona, Delaware. Uh-oh. Let me turn me down. How y'all doing? Y'all know the routines. Tennessee, all right. Augusta, Georgia. Yes. Hello. California is in the building. So glad to see y'all checking in. Yeah, I had to work last week, man. I had to work last week, but I'm back this week. All right, Carlita from Detroit. It was a beautiful day here today, y'all. Y'all know I need y'all to share this. Share. Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all start some watch parties. Invite people to come. All my special guests that's on today, if you're using multiple devices, make sure you turn down your devices. We're going to have a good one today. Share. I'm over here sharing myself. Boston, Florida. All right, what's that? Lake Waccamaw? Is that what that is? Lake Waccamaw?
I'm sure you messed that up.
No, it's WACCAMAW. That's
I'm not following it. I am sure you messed that up. You're right.
I don't know why I've invited these two clowns on here tonight, but I did. It's my fault.
Right.
I love them dearly.
You just tore up somebody's hometown is what you just did.
Lake Waccamaw. How do you pronounce that? Waccamaw?
Lake Wisconsin is what it is.
No, that's Waccamaw.
Nah.
North Carolina's in the building. Uh-oh.
Beth, is there any way you can turn your volume up, Beth? Because you sound.
You can't hear me. Let me see.
Oh, that's better. Whatever you just did.
Oh, I didn't do anything. Oh, wait. Is this any better?
Much.
Okay. Sorry.
What did you do?
Just move the iPad around.
Oh, that's it. You're good. Much better.
This thing, does what it wants.
Does the iPad have volume on it?
Yes, that's what I moved.
She don't know.
You turned it up?
Yeah, I think.
I did.
She don't know.
Right.
I don't.
It's not a
clue. No, nothing about no Apple products. Yeah, I just turned the volume up. That's all. It's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Kendra, that would do it.
Yes, sir. Right.
The volume, up.
Make sure if you're using multiple devices tonight to turn down your other devices. So let me jump right in. You were right. Oh, I was right. See, they said I was right. Boom. I can read.
Those probably people from North Carolina saying that. They don't know.
I can read. It's a few things I can do well, and reading is one of them. All right. So tonight on the show, let's go ahead and jump on into it. I have two of my closest friends, They're in arts and entertainment as well. Down on your bottom left side of the corner, we have the right Beth Griffith Manley, who was on season, what season? What number was 16? Season 16 of The Voice. She is the daughter of a funk brother. She currently sings background for the artist Kim. She's an independent artist herself. Her debut album is called Free, and that's available on all digital downloads. Next to her is the esteemed Velvet Teddy Bear himself, my friend and brother, the right Kendrick Jackson. His debut title, what? Yeah, his debut title album is called Stay a While. And after you listen to it, you understand why you want to stay a while. He hails from the great state of Tennessee. So you got some people on here. He's from Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee,
He has sung with some of R&B's finest. You saw with Bloodstone, and he's written in. No, you ain't seen with Bloodstone.
No, I was Glenn Jones, Howard Hughes, Bill Perry, Tony, all those people.
Bloodstone from?
I have a slice. The Barcades. Well, the first gig
I know somebody with a B. I know somebody with a B. Jesus.
Close, yeah.
The Barcades. And these two individuals, I had a radio show and we would clown daily on the radio show. So this is going to be a treat indeed. And you all know the bearded white man in the top left corner with the white beard, the right Gregory Michael Davis.
When I grow up,
it's Saturday night. You know, we lay all titles down on Saturday nights, and I feel we need to jump right into it.
They're loving your hair.
They loving my hair?
Right.
Oh, God.
Right.
Baby, when I tell you.
It's not done. She just got out of the bathroom between colors. That's why it's like that.
No, this is, let me tell y'all what happened to this hair. So Beth gets upset with me because I color my hair like every 3 months, but I was rocking the dark color at the beginning of the year. And then I wanted to slow walk myself to the blonde, to my platinum, like I've always worn for 20 years. And I went the long way, and I've over-processed my hair. So I grow it, shave it off, grow it back. I feel a shave off coming in the near future, but I said I'm gonna rock this little, because I used to wear my hair like this back in the day. So I said we may stay here for about a week, but don't get used to it, y'all. But y'all let me know if I should cut it or keep it. I need to know if I should cut it or keep it, because I'm gonna listen to the people tonight. So if too many people say cut it, I'll cut it tonight. So let me know, cut it or keep it, cut it or keep it. Tonight, we're gonna jump right into it. And this conversation happened with Sean earlier today. And we were talking about a celebrity couple. And Sean said, I don't know what she sees in him. Like, I can't believe that he's with her or she's with him. And I said, there are a lot of reasons women choose the men that they choose. There are a lot of reasons men choose the women that they choose. So my question to the panel today, what's that thing that gets your ultimate attention? Because have you ever seen a couple and they look odd as I don't know what? They be looking like, I would have never put them two together.
Right.
Or like she a cold piece, but he ugly as I don't know what. Like, okay, keep it. I see you. Cut, especially if it's over processed. Keep it. I vote to keep it. I vote to keep it. Okay. So what is it that draws your attention? First of all, do you have a type? I know two people that does. Three people on here I would say have a type. I know all of these people, like this is true family. So do you have a type? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Yes or no what?
Do you have a type?
No.
You can answer it for me.
Right.
So,
female.
No, Kendrick, I'm gonna go with you have a type.
You definitely have a type.
Kendrick, I'm gonna go with you have a type.
No, I'm gonna go with you wrong.
No, Kendrick, you definitely have a type. Now, I only know Beth's husband, so I can only take her opinion on what she's saying. But Beth, you say no?
Nope.
Now, I invited Beth on the show tonight for one reason. Well, it's multiple reasons, but many times in the comments, we have people out there that often say, we talk a lot of trash, but we don't have any experience in being in a sustainable relationship. And Beth has been married for 20 years. So I'm going to venture out to say she knows what she's doing. And Beth, I'm going to say something to you that you've never heard me say.
I don't mean she know what she's doing because people.
I was about to say the same thing.
No.
Let me say this.
Wait. I'm not going against. I'm not. That's nothing for Beth. But I was together 20 years, and I didn't know what I was doing.
Well, let me tell you this. I have been able to sit in the seat of watchfulness, right? Because I know Beth, and I know her husband, and I am their little sister. I know their relationship. I've been privy to a lot of things. And I will say this publicly that I've never said before. Beth, you have taught me what it means to be a wife.
Oh, wow.
What it means to be a woman in a relationship. What it means to stick to it and fight. And you are, I would say, I'm going to go out and say that you are an example.
Oh,
because, yeah, I do this.
It's not easy. All of those.
Y'all see this? This is what I do. Throw in the towel.
And that's what I've been on your head lately.
Right. Like
another time.
Yeah. You see the comment that says 20 years. Oh my gosh, she looks young. Yeah, she's only 25.
Thank you,
she was 10 when she got married.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about it.
Thank you. You made my day. Thank you.
What Beth and her husband has done that we failed to do, Lola, is they didn't walk away through all the hell. That's the difference.
They did not.
But don't nobody get a false security that they have not had challenges and problems. And the difference is that they say we're gonna work through it. And as for me and my house,
you throw us in the towel.
Beth, if I may,
yes,
not deep.
No, but we can be very transparent because I don't think people, y'all see us social media pictures, we look happy and we good. We're in a good place now. But there was a time where I was leaving him and he was leaving me. And I mean, hey, what you about to do? Because I'm going this way. And you helped us work it out. Like you literally sat us down. Like he had his bags packed. Like he was done with me and I was done with him. It was for real. And you was like, y'all, I don't want y'all to do this.
No. And I can say that because friends have to be friends, real friends in tough moments. And there's 3 people that's on this live today that's been married and divorced. And as far as I'm concerned, I could possibly still be married if I had a friend that would have set me down and said, hey, it's worth fighting for, number one. But when you get out here, ain't nothing out here.
And you kept telling me that.
I'm like, girl, trust me. You don't want this out here. If y'all can figure it out, if you can work it out, work it out. Of course, that's the high level conversations that we've had. But you through that period, because I've been privy to all of it.
Yeah, a little bit too much.
Yeah, but to that point, you stuck and stayed where the weaker one, me, would have been like, deuces, because sometimes it's easier to leave than it is to stay.
But it doesn't mean you're weaker.
No.
Everybody's different. And sometimes, there were times in my relationship where I felt that I was the weak one because I stayed and I wasn't happy. So what did that make me? I was not happy and I stayed. So did that make me weak or did that make me strong? I mean, it's everybody, it's subjective.
To me, that made you
decided to try to figure it out. But with listening to you talk to me and with you listen and you talking to him as well, my husband I'm his second wife. So he had been married before. And so you had been divorced, he had been divorced, and you all had your conversation about, like, do you really want to go through divorcing again? And, you know, I don't know. The definition of weak is subjective. It's, you know.
And I didn't take sides in this because you're my friend. I didn't jump to your side because you was my friend. I stayed in the middle and walked with what I believe was right. And yeah. And I love both of y'all. Y'all my brothers. But the question was, do you guys have a type? And I know Gregory Michael has a type, and I also know that Kendrick Jackson has a type.
But you got one too.
But you have a type too. But let me say this. It's so funny. I was having Lola, Beth, y'all. I was having a conversation on the parking lot of the church with some of my people, and they was talking about the type, and they say, "Show us." And literally, everybody.
They all look like they could be related. They look like they could be sisters.
That's funny.
That's how Kendrick is too.
That is not. It is so not. I think that it's not like I've dated a ton of women, but I'm just saying, if you had lined up 10 women that I've dated, maybe a couple of them would have some similar looks, but you know, for the most part, no, I don't necessarily have a type at all.
I know 3 that.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, but I'm 49 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I've dated all types, tall, short, thick, all black women, all sisters, and I know I'll take, you know, any shade, any color, black. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, the ones that happened to come along during that period were similar.
Favorable. They favor.
Yeah. I like pretty, and that pretty comes in.
Yeah.
Pretty comes in many different shades. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You do like pretty.
So
Sean had asked the question: should married people take advice from single people? And Kiki is saying it depends. And I think it depends on the quality and the caliber of person that's giving the advice, because misery loves company. And you have to look at the mental state of the person that is giving the advice, because it could be a miserable married person giving somebody advice and they could be giving the wrong advice. So I think we need to look at the mental stability and emotional stability, and if that person truly has the best interest of the person that they're advising at heart. One thing about these people that's on this live tonight, we all keep it 100 with each other. If I'm on some BS,
I would probably say, like, normally I wouldn't advise people to give advice really on anybody's relationship. I remember one of the best pieces of advice I had from a friend of mine who's been married for almost 40 years. We were talking one day, and he was just talking about his relationship with he and his wife. And he said, Kendrick, you know, a guy asked me one time, he said, how did you and your wife keep your relationship together? And he said, well, this is what I told him. He said, you know what me and my wife did last night? And the guy said, what? He said, none of your damn business. You know, and I said, that was the best piece of advice that you could give anybody in a relationship. Like, most relationships end because of advice from other people and outside forces than they do, because normally if you're left to your own devices, you can work things out. If you have a genuine connection with someone, if you have something that's real and you can work past it, maybe you need to seek counseling or something like that. But taking advice from a lot of people, in most cases, I wouldn't advise. But I mean, you know, like I said, it all depends on, you know, the people that you have in your circle.
And I think if you do though, you still have to be the final authority on the advice. You take information and you say, you know, and then you got to look at the other person that's giving the advice. It's just so many different things. And there's a danger in that. And I know a real life situation that just happened like this. You go and talk to a person like Lola. I'm just using for example. Mm-hmm. And Beth shares what's going on. And then Beth and her husband back together, and Lola's still mad at him. I know a situation like that right now. So you got to know if the person can handle it too, and that they're not going to be, upset later on, and you decided to go against what they said.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the
Right.
day, everybody that's listening, it like Kendra said, it's your life,
Yeah.
and everybody else can be a Monday morning quarterback. I mean, Monday morning, yeah, Monday.
That's right. That's right.
All right, all right, but at the end of the day, you got to live with it, and nobody has the authority to tell somebody what they can stand or what they can't, unless they get beat. Then get out of there.
Right. Safety.
Yeah.
That's another issue.
Safety is always important.
Right.
I think in the situation that Beth discussed, Beth and I have always been close, and I had always been cool with her husband. But I think her husband and I turned into big brother, little sister after that moment, because he realized that after I saw everything, I never judged him. I never treated him different. I never
But you give
You
good
never
advice
came over
too.
to the house looking at him like, yeah, you
Yeah,
know, I see
yeah,
it.
Right.
I don't
Right.
But
I don't do
Lola,
that.
Lola, you give good advice though. You give and you weigh both sides of the people. I could say that most definitely. You weigh both sides, and you don't really tell a person what to do.
No.
You just show them their options, and then you say, "Hey, I'm just telling you." And the advice that you just said, ain't nothing out here. That'd have been enough right there. And I think we should
Right.
stop saying. I think we should stop saying, because people are not. And I hear you, Kendra. I agree with you too. But I think we should stop saying because people have not had good success in their own, that they're not good advice. Matter of fact, I think people
Right.
that went through it is probably better because they can tell you the pitfalls. If I didn't fell in
Right.
the pit, I'm gonna tell you how not to go into that pit.
Right.
So I think, yeah.
And that's the perspective that I always speak from what I should have done differently, because where I failed, I want the next person to succeed. So whenever people come to me for advice, I always, just take a look back at some of my pitfalls and say, what could I have done differently to be a little bit more successful in a particular situation? And I try to advise from that perspective versus that place of pain and hurt. Because when you advise from pain and hurt,
Yeah.
you'll destroy somebody else's relationship.
Yeah, I
Understand?
think again, I think it's all case by case. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when you are an outside person looking in, you can give sound advice with because your opinion is not necessarily skewed by the situation. You'll look at a situation for what it is and can give a good flat advice on something. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to you having a dog in the fight and you're emotional about this. So, I mean, it can work.
Understanding relationship. They always talk about love language. What's your love language? So I'm going to give the 5 love languages.
Silence. Oh, I thought you were asking.
See,
Silence,
and
quiet.
I want to hear your opinion of what you think it means and which one you think you fall into. So the first one is words of affirmation. The second one is act of service. Receiving gifts is the third one. The fourth one is quality time. And the fifth one is physical touch. When you hear the first one, words of affirmation, what does that mean to you? And how do you feel that is necessary in your relationship, if it's even necessary in your relationship?
That the person is insecure. No, I'm just teasing. I'm teasing.
They need constant encouragement.
Some of them are though. Seriously,
For real. That's
Y'all
real.
laughing.
Yeah, but it
That's
I
doesn't
don't
have
need
to
no
be
Betsy that
though.
need it every 5. I don't need nobody every 5 minutes. Oh, you great. Oh, you can make. No, that's insecurity. There's a difference.
There's a
Story time.
difference.
Oh God.
But I think words of affirmation don't necessarily. You're right. On the extreme, it could mean that person is insecure and they're not sure. But on the other extreme, you can have a person who doesn't support you or doesn't believe in your dream and the things that you're trying to do. And sometimes you just need them to say, go be great, do your best. You got this. I'm watching you. I'm here to support. So those can be words of affirmation too, or it could be somebody every 5 minutes. Is this okay? Did I do okay? So there are, and because there are some areas that I'm insecure in and I tend to do that. So, there's a line.
All right. Story time. I once dated a guy who knew how to cut hair.
Do I know who this is?
It's a high probability that you do. Keep listening.
Okay, keep going. Keep it.
And as you all know, I grow my hair, cut my hair, and I do my hair my own self. I cut and color and do my hair myself. And I've been doing cutting and coloring my hair for years. And so as I dated this individual, I knew that they once had a barbershop and, that they know how to cut hair as well. So I said, "Babe, can you cut my hair for me?" He's like, "Yeah, I got you." Cut my hair a few times. And if you know me, you know I am extremely particular about who I allow in my head. And up until that point, it was only me and one other person that I would allow to do my hair. And that person stopped doing my hair years ago when I went natural. So that was still the only other person. So for me to allow you in my head, it means I give you the ultimate trust. Like, I know you're going to rock it out. And so after he cut my hair a few times, he had said to me, and I looked in the mirror, I was like, "Okay, good, we good." And I was going about my business. One day he was like, "Do you like your haircut?" I said, "Yeah, I told you, thank you, it looked nice. But you didn't tell me how much you like it." And I looked at him. I said, "Are you serious?" I mean, he had a real attitude because I didn't worship and praise his haircut. And I'm looking like,
Mm.
"Are you serious right now? Like, you really want to have a discussion about a haircut?" But I realized in understanding people's love language is that this individual, hindsight is 2020, that he needed to be affirmed, even in the smallest things. It is so important.
That is not affirmation. That's insecurity. When it goes that far, and when you told him, "Yeah, it's nice."
Thank you. But see, that's how we look at it. That's our perspective and viewpoint. I've learned, we cannot look at the world from our own perspective because we'll see it wrong from somebody else's.
No. My perspective is my reality that I don't want to be bothered with because you need too much.
Needy.
We're similar.
A needy dude.
Needy. Yeah, I can't. That wouldn't work. He didn't work for me.
Not a needy man.
No, right. that didn't work for me.
And there's a difference with stroking a man's ego and someone who's needy, right? So I think women need to understand that men, especially black men, we have very fragile egos a lot of times, and our actions a lot of times are just extensions of our ego. So a lot of times we need our ego stroked, and that could be an affirming process. But being needy, like needing something, man, come on, cut it out. Beat it with
and
that.
Maybe that was you all needed to have a conversation because
we didn't.
No.
But we needed not to be together. That's why we're not.
Well, I know that
especially this one. Talking about. That one right there. That one.
Yeah, that
no.
I know who you're talking about. But listen, I always look through things. She and I talk about that. She'd be like, and I'll be like, wait. You can't always look at everything in just like you said. You just said what I always tell you. You have to, at this point in our lives, if you're still dating, at the age group, somebody gonna come with some problems. And if you're gonna have to talk it out. You can't just throw the baby out with the bathwater because he had an issue by himself.
You got to decide which problems you want to unpack, though, Beth.
Right. You do, and so that's why I said that should have been a conversation as to, you know what? You cut my hair. I told you that I liked it. And then therefore you ask a couple more questions to determine, which you already know the answer to this because we already, why are you asking these? And then you see that this person got other issues, which we already know the answer to how that went. But sometimes you got to ask questions and you have to talk to a guy or talk to a girl and see where they're at because they're coming in with baggage from the last thing.
Now, let me ask you this, and everybody on here knows my intimate personality. You all know my character. When I'm involved, am I not an ego stroker and attentive?
You are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this particular individual had emotional. And I told him, "You're emotionally bankrupt, and it's nothing I can do about that." Because as much as I stroked that ego, you weren't meeting my needs.
Especially something that small. When you talk about something that minuscule, I don't think it's even worth a conversation with someone like that because you can recognize that damage from a mile away. You know what I'm saying? You coming in and talking about a haircut, man, nobody got no time for that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That wasn't his first incident though, because see, that was
Absolutely
number.
not.
So if that would have been his first incident, you talk about it. But that was number 5, 6? Like the signs were already there. So it was just like, yeah, let me just put this cherry on it and throw it out.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that was.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I guess we never found out what our love language. We never got to ours.
We're not.
People on the line.
We're getting ready to go
Are we
through.
coming back?
Yeah, no, because we walking through each one of them. The next one is acts of service. Acts of service. I know for sure that Gregory Michael believes in acts of service. Where you're like
expound on that. What do you mean by acts of service?
Okay, so it's a few ways to look at it. One, where you're willing to do something for another person, where you're a giver. Hold on, let me go into the.
I thought that was gifts.
Right.
But you're
acts of service could be you doing something for somebody.
Yeah, you doing something for somebody else.
Like a volunteer, somebody who does community service work and
no, we're talking about within the relationship.
Like that.
Oh,
yeah, within your relationship, acts of
like
service.
Too, though.
Yeah, it's similar to acts of giving.
But if somebody comes and cooks you dinner, or they do something for you, or they, something like that.
Without buying something.
Yeah,
right. Right.
Something to
that would be me.
Gift you with
someone being thoughtful. Someone being extremely thoughtful is very important to me. I think that's a huge one for me.
They have on here, pay a bill before your spouse get it, make breakfast in the morning, have their clothes washed, folded, and put away, make their favorite treat. So it's just doing stuff for them.
Right, doing things for
them. Wash the car, baby. I'll go get the gas for you. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
That is definitely.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. When you have someone who's thoughtful, who considers you before anything, and it's kind of like the old scripture, honor thy father and thy mother. You know what I'm saying? So when you honor someone in your service to them and doing things for them, I think that's very important.
Right. It says this love language expresses itself by doing things that you know your spouse will like: cooking a meal, doing the laundry, and picking up the prescription.
Yeah,
but we got to get
Oh yeah, no. Go grab that blood pressure medicine for.
Ooh, that sounds like my life right there, y'all. Stop.
Right.
All of these things should be done with positivity and with your partner's ultimate happiness in mind, and be considered an expression of love.
And in some cases, that is more important than the giving part.
Absolutely. So for me, I would say that matters more probably than anything else, because it's something. If it's something, especially if it comes natural for you, if it's not something that maybe just something that you've learned over the years, and now it's a natural part of who you are, like kind of how Beth operates in her situation. Like you can tell it's something that's genuine. It's not something that's contrived or something that's forced and that she's being forced into doing. It's like something that she naturally does. For me, that would be more important than anything.
Let me tell you about this girl, Beth. I could say, let's go, like the other day, we both love sushi. So I said, come on, let's go sit out on the riverfront and, grab some sushi. The one thing Beth will do before we go and do anything is make sure that her husband's meal is prepared.
Absolutely.
She's not going to leave the house and we go out to eat or do brunch or do something like that. And he sit up there and try to figure out what he's going to eat for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Before she leave the house, all that's handled and taken care of.
Or if you call me and say, you want to do, what did you do when you call me about I said, hold on. I said, babe, are we doing anything Saturday? Can I do? And I do that not to ask his permission, but I'm just recognizing he's my husband. He's the head of the household. He don't always tell me everything he's going to do. I don't always tell him everything I'm going to do. So I just make the effort to say, listen, I'm going to do this. Are you good? Leave me alone because I'm be gone. And then we work it out. But it's just the little things, being considerate.
But, and you... I think the worst thing is to be in a relationship and you're not considerate of the other person that you're in the relationship with, especially concerning time. Because all of us, the 4 people on this phone, we're busy individuals. So when we carve out time to give to someone, that's saying a whole lot, because we've had to more than likely cancel something else or postpone something to allot that moment. And when
And don't
people
waste
waste,
my time.
that's what
Man,
I'm saying. When people
listen.
waste your time.
To me, that
I'd
that
rather
is
you waste
so
my
huge.
money than my time. I can't
I'm
get
Right.
telling you, man,
money back.
Yeah,
you can't get time back. That is our most precious commodity, and I can't
Yeah.
stand for people not to be considerate of my time and other people's time.
If somebody take time out to go on a date with you or to spend time when you're busy like all of us, man, you should appreciate it. Forget about everything. I'm serious. If a man or a woman that's a boss or busy takes that out and says, I'm gonna carve out an hour, 2 hours, I'm gonna go on vacation with you, I'm gonna spend a couple. It is that's a great commodity, y'all. And I'm saying this
Yeah.
not y'all know it, but everybody that's listening, make the most of it.
Make the most of it.
And sometimes it's the act of giving the time was more difficult than the actual act that you were doing. You know what I'm saying? Being able to give somebody
Yep.
quality time and so a lot of times we'll put more emphasis on what that person did as opposed to them actually taking the time out, and which is the most precious commodity. That's more important.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is receiving gifts. This love language isn't necessarily materialistic. It just means that a meaningful or thoughtful gift makes your partner feel loved and appreciated. Something as simple as picking up a pint of their favorite ice cream after a long week may go a long way or have a huge impact. This is
Yeah.
different from acts of service where you show affection by performing actions to help your partner. I am a gift giver. I don't see anything wrong with spoiling your mate, surprising them with gifts, because I want to do for you what I would want you to do for me.
Exactly.
The worst thing is to do it for somebody and they don't appreciate it and they don't take time to reciprocate at all.
At all.
That part.
Everybody do this.
That part.
Yeah.
That,
Real.
as women, we often set an expectation to be wined and dined, to be taken to the finer of restaurants. And when the bill comes, it's almost non-negotiable where it should be handed, right? But after you've been in relationship, when do you flip the coin and say, baby, no, I got it? Or when you out shopping, baby, I got something for you. Look in that bag, see if you like that. Listening. Baby, me and the boys was out, man, and we went to the cigar bar, man. I was smoking this one cigar, man. What kind of cigar was that? All right. Then a few days later, you be like, baby, here you go. Here are the cigars you was talking about. Just little stuff.
The little things.
The little things. Little things. Great.
I don't think there's anything wrong in the dating process if you've been out on several dates for the woman to at least grab it. I don't think they should do gifts immediately, but to grab the bill if you've been out like going 2 or 3 months and you're still dating, you know what I'm saying? To just grab it. Now that don't mean I'm gonna let you grab it, but still just act like you want to grab it.
Right. Now, I'm gonna let you grab it. I'm gonna let you grab it. Go ahead and get that for me.
Can you just go for it?
Right.
Act like you want.
Right.
Hey, I might call you bluff, but you better have some money.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, oh, you got this tonight. Thank you. You be like,
Right.
"Oh,
Yeah. I appreciate a good gift.
Or
I appreciate
they
it.
come back and say, "Oh no, I get it next time."
Right.
Story time.
Oh my
Did
God.
I tell you guys about the time when Beth hooked me up with someone.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. You know I'm
It made
not
me-
doing this anymore, right? My
It-
Oh, we've heard this one.
Wow.
We've heard this one. Yeah.
Yeah, but I may have somebody new on here that hadn't heard this story, and I won't be long
Right.
before the people.
Ooh,
But Beth hooked me up with somebody. This is a long
let me
time
drink
ago.
while you telling this.
This is a long time ago. And we go out on our first little day, the first dinner day. We had went to the movies. And when we went to the movies, he had picked up the movies. And when we got to a few days later, we went to the restaurant, a sushi spot. And when we first got there, the first thing he said to me was, "Do I have it or do you have it?" And I was like, "What? What is he talking
Wrong
about?"
answer, bro.
That it.
He said, "Do I have it or do you have it?" And it completely went past me. So we go into the restaurant, we sit down, we had cocktails, conversations, sushi, all kind of wonderful things. Wonderful night. The bill comes and he turns to me and says, "Hey, do I have it or do you have it?" I said, "Have what?" He's like, "Am I paying for it or are you paying for it?"
Have what?
I said, "Are you serious?"
I'm gonna
He was
never let
like, "Yeah." I said, no, for real. Are you being serious right now? Or are you like being funny? He was like, "I'm serious." I mean, this Negro really wanted me to pay the bill. And he went on a long dissertation as to why I should pay it and how one of his old school OGs told him sometimes you got to test a woman to see if she got your back. This is our first date.
Right.
I got so irritated. So irritated. So irritated. And I said, "You know what? I do have it." And I grabbed it and paid. He was like, "No, I got it. I got it." I said, no, I got it. I said, "Because I need you to understand one thing. I don't need you for nothing. I don't even need you to eat. I got this." And I knew at that moment that he would never see me ever again unless it was at a Beth event or something like that.
And we do not invite the two of you at the same time because Louis
What?
and I were highly disgusted with him. And my husband called him and was like, "Dude, that ain't even how we roll. Like, really?" And we like that changed our relationship with him because, first of all, he disrespected my friend. And I saw somebody say on here that they don't like hookups because hookups can go wrong. I only introduce her to somebody after I've talked to her first, and she agrees to it, so she knows it's either way.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't go well, I'm gonna always side with my friend, because for one, I know her and I know her character, and normally when I go back and talk to the guy, he say something stupid, and then I'll be like, But I said, like, Louis and I are really sorry.
No, it ain't nothing to be sorry about.
Because that was a weird thing because his past track record showed none of that. And that was totally out of character for him. But he messed up. So
what I learned a lot of times, we know people one way, but we never date our friends. So
right.
The dating side of somebody can be completely different. So there are a lot of things about people you'll never know because you're not the one that's dating him. And then what I had told him that night, I said, "I see what your problem is. You've been around a lot of women that appreciated your time and attention, but I'm not one of them. Like, I'm not. So that I understand why you move and function the way that you do." So, and somebody said that we should have went Dutch that day. And the only I could have went Dutch, but I wanted him to understand that he's dealing with a boss. I'm not a Burger King chick. I'm not your Burger King girl. I'm
What's
not
wrong
your
with Burger King? What's wrong with Burger King?
Well, it's just not my menu. That's not
You don't
the
even
menu
eat
that I
peanut butter and jelly. You don't even eat
sure
peanut butter and
don't.
jelly. Something is
I
wrong
sure
with you.
don't. I
Something
sure
wrong
don't.
with you.
This is true.
Why don't you eat peanut butter and jelly?
Because I feel it's the lowest form of eating.
That is the craziest thing.
It works in the
And she
midnight
bougie.
hour for a snack.
Right. And she bougie. That is.
I mean, I could be a little bougie too, but I mean, you ain't. Come on, don't sleep on a PB&J.
I don't like peanut butter. No.
Listen.
Grape jelly,
No.
some creamy peanut butter.
Something is wrong with her.
I don't like peanut butter.
Kendra,
Me
and you can do a show alone about her, so
You know what I'm saying?
And Greg,
oh my
too,
God.
So it's like we gonna leave that one alone.
Right. You just got to put this one in the category She one of them ones you have in the shelf in the case all by itself. You can't put it with no other dishes, That's that
Be like,
one
what's
China
that
bowl
bowl
over.
doing over there? They be like, oh, don't touch that bowl.
Don't leave that bowl alone.
The next love language is quality time. This love language is all about undivided attention. No television, no smartphones, or any other distractions. If this is your partner's primary language, they don't just want to be included during the personal period of your time. They want to be the center of your attention. They want their partners to look at them and them only.
That ain't mine.
Which, okay.
That ain't mine, because I'm not putting this up. This is my
You know
money.
what I'm saying?
But you're different, Greg, and I get it. We're different. Like the conversation always is here. You're gonna put your phone down. I'll be like, give me 5 more minutes.
Hold on. I can't. Hold on. But I gotta do this.
Right, give me 5 more minutes. It's different.
That's what your partner requires.
Yeah, but I'm not a 9-to-5 guy, and you can't want a boss that's not a 9-to-5 guy. This is my life, and this is my moneymaker. And so
all of us have multiple phones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, look.
Right.
I gotta move up because I got one phone. Yeah, I'm not bossing.
I'm just saying that.
No, you got people.
Yeah.
I think you try to do it as much as you can to show them, put it down for a minute, but it's just so hard. I mean, it is really hard, and maybe that's not the person for you. You need somebody that's juggling just like you, and you work at it. But if something comes through, it comes through.
Right.
I saw a post on social media this week, and it said, if you complain about your man working overtime, you deserve to be with a bum. I said, because you cannot be. It's disrespectful when you are texting all the time on a date.
And I wouldn't be for you.
Yeah, my phone.
As long as I can acknowledge what you just said, then we good.
I mean, all the time.
Not all the time.
I can kind of rock. I can kind of rock with that. I mean, especially when you set aside some time, you want to try it. Now, I intentionally do this from time to time. If I know that I'm trying to give somebody my undivided attention, I will put my phones away or leave them in the car. And I know it's the toughest thing in the world, but I do that intentionally because you want to give, take that time sometimes.
And actually freeing when you put your phone down. And I sometimes turn my ringer off, and I actually love it. Lola, you'll call me, and I've been turning my ringer off lately so that I can get some peace. Because if it rings, somebody calls me, and it's actually, and really what I find, I'm not really missing anything, because let's say you're in a meeting, you're in a very important meeting. You wouldn't be texting during that meeting handling that one particular business for some other business. Maybe not. So to me, it's just refreshing when I turn my phone on silent sometime, and I take an hour of just peace and quiet, and I go back and I can return all messages.
I had someone say to me one time, because I intentionally turn my phones face down when I'm talking to somebody, and they misconstrued it as me trying to hide something. And I'm like, no, I don't do that. I turn the phone face down, so every time it lights up, I don't look at it. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't try to have to respond to text. Or if it's ringing, if I'm having a conversation with you, I'm trying to give you respect, so I turn the phones face down. You know what I'm saying? So because it'll constantly grab my attention.
I remember being in
I've had people say when you do that you're trying to hide something, so you can't please them one way or the other.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I remember being in a business meeting at work in a big y'all know I'm always in some meetings. And somebody was like, I need y'all to turn your phones off and da-da-da. And I looked like, what I'm not going to do is turn my phone off. Like, that's not negotiable.
No.
And I had got a text or a message or whatever, and I looked at my phone, and they was like, didn't I say? I'm like, first of all, you don't tell me what to do. That's number one. That's first, and you don't tell me what to do. And I'm not turning my phone off for nobody because I got 2 elderly parents. And what I ain't gonna never miss is their calls. Family first over everything. Now,
Right.
Beth can call me, I can call Beth back. Kendra can call me, I can call Kendra back. Greg can call me, I can call. But when Connie and Lionel ring this phone, I don't care what's going on. They're going to get my attention. Now,
so let me ask you this. Do you try to talk to your parents and tell them that you're going in a meeting and that you will be unavailable for a moment?
They know not to
comply?
They don't call me during the day. But if they call me during the day, it's a problem.
Okay, gotcha.
Because they know I'm at work. And they, we talk every day.
Ruby Jean don't care. I can tell Mom, hey, Mom, I'm about to go in and talk to this president for a minute. Okay, hold on. Well, you can wait. I need to tell you something. Let me finish.
I'm surprised my mama hadn't come knock on this door.
Right.
It's like, I'm hungry.
It's like, I think there's some thing. Now, I'm willing to put my phone on mute. I'm willing to put it on silent where it's not vibrating.
Yeah.
But I'm not turning it off.
Yeah,
I'm never turning it off. I'll turn it face down, like you said, Kendrick. So I'm not constantly looking, but I'm a verified to see because I truly live my family first over everything. So if my family reach out to me in the middle of the day, it's non-negotiable. I got to see what's going on.
Carrie Mack got a lot of no phone on the dinner table. Well, yeah, good thing you ain't a woman because I wouldn't be going with you.
Right.
Yeah,
a lot of rules there, bro.
Both of them on there, and then you tell me that you're gonna pay the phone call that I just missed over some money because I have been on a date and money was on the table. So I'm telling you.
And if you don't pay my phone bill, you can't tell me what to do with this phone anyway.
That's nothing. Nothing.
That's
no thing.
And I run that same line all the way over to County and Liner because they'll be like, "Who you?" I'd be like, "I'm sorry." Let me say, January.
We don't have any less morals and values because we don't agree with you. We have morals and values, but that just ain't ours.
Yeah, absolutely. That has nothing to do with nothing. So not if you've ever been, I don't know if you have a business or not, if you run your business, but if you're in a position where you're running your own business, your phone is your main line.
It's your lifeline.
It's your main contact. It has nothing to do with my morals just because I keep my main contact, and which I have to operate on my phone at all times of day and night. You know what I'm saying? I run my own business, so I mean I have to be there for my clients. I have to be there for other business associates. So it has nothing to do with morals and values. It's just that sometimes when you're in a position where you're running your own business, you got to take it. You have to have your business. Your phone.
If somebody got a 9 to 5 can say that.
Right. If you clock out at 5 o'clock and you ain't got no more trash cans to dump, then hey, you know what I'm saying? You
Kendrick.
What? I'm saying some people work for the trash company. I'm not saying he did. I'm saying like
Kendrick, watch this.
Right, yeah, because he just
No, I didn't. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like some people work for.
He said he said I own the business.
Wait,
right.
Then he should have his phone with him on it.
Then he should have his phone and he should understand.
You should understand.
I don't understand why we arguing with him.
Right.
Let me say this before you go to the next one, the last. Let me say this. I'm not saying that I would not give it an effort. I know how to sit it to the side. I'm not disrespectful. I'm not going to be on it all the time. But let me say this to you to make clear. I'm not turning it off, and if I need to pick it up and see, I'm going to do it. Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Nothing. Now, what I'm not going to be is on the date like this.
No, I ain't going to do that.
Right.
I ain't going to be disrespectful.
No.
Now, that's rude and disrespectful. That's definitely rude and disrespectful. Okay, so the last one is physical touch.
Say that again.
Physical touch.
That's what I thought you said.
To people with this love language, nothing is more impactful than the physical touch of their partner. They aren't necessarily into the top PDA. I'm here for PDA, but they do feel more connected and safe in a relationship by holding hands, kissing, hugging, and etc. If
Yeah,
physical touch is your partner's primary love language, they will feel unloved without physical contact.
Mm.
All of the words and gifts in the world won't change that. They want to feel you close, ooh, not just emotionally, but physically. People in physical touches, I was having a conversation. Now, I told y'all it's after 9 and it's Friday, but I was having a conversation about foreplay because there are people that don't like foreplay. And I'm like, that's
Yeah,
that's
we
kind
call
of
them
necessary.
we call them corpses.
That's necessary. I'm gonna need they people, bruh. I'm gonna need you to engage in that because that's gonna turn her off. Women like foreplay. We like to be touched with
Role
the
play
finger.
and five play. Come
Not just
on
Yeah,
men,
now.
not just women.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Not
can't
just
talk
men,
about y'all, but I can tell you what I like.
Right.
So, which one is your love language?
Oh, who you
Uh,
I took the test, so I've been taking it. It's gifts
the
and
service.
gifts and service, yeah. And then my
Yeah.
third one would be the touch. I think the touch is more than but anyway, they lied. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
What,
That's it.
Kendrick?
So
What would you say?
I'm not big on PDA. I'm not necessarily big on PDA, but I'm affectionate. I'm affectionate. You know what I mean? So, but I think the service, whatever the service was you said, babe, because I think
Acts of
someone being
service.
acts of service. I think someone being thoughtful to me now is probably more important than because I got if physical is an issue, I kind of got that on lock. I can help you with that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that acts of service to me is a big one.
Beth.
I think I haven't taken the test, but I'm familiar with all of them, and I don't know if I can be a combination of all of them, and it just depends on. It depends on, I guess. There's not a certain way. Just like when you ask me, was there a type? There's not a certain type. It depends
Right.
on. I've been learning a lot about myself, and I am more of a person that is intrigued with the mind, with communication, with your work ethic, with your grind, with your energy and your drive. And I had to look the word up because I couldn't remember it. So I'm a sapiosexual, which is a
Oh
person
yeah.
about mind. That would totally be me.
Right.
So I
Say that again for the loss. You are what?
a sapiosexual,
Yeah.
which is a person that is sexually and mentally turned on by smart people.
And
Yes.
intelligence, yeah, by
And
intelligence, yeah,
intelligence. So that's why I
absolutely.
don't have a type of how a guy needs to look. You got to, if you get this,
The body will follow.
It'll follow. So with that, I think if I have to go to the root and define how I am, probably acts of service would be for me, because I see you doing things to let me know that you care, and I see your intelligence and things like that. Because if you're smart enough to pay attention to what I like and what I don't like, then it'll work that way.
If you can touch me right, I believe I'd be made whole. Y'all so crazy, y'all church people.
Right.
Come on now.
So would it be safe to say, ladies, that all women like that touch piece, or no?
It all depends.
No, I withdraw that. I know they don't. I'm sorry. I withdraw that question.
I like a good.
Well, I ask you. Well, you can withdraw. I'll ask it for you.
No, I already know.
I'm here for touching. I'm here for PDA. Like if we like that, hey,
11th commandment. That's funny.
And that's cool. But I just think that sometimes people allow the physical attraction to be what they lead with, and they
Right.
don't know they need to be attracted to this person. They need to be feeling turned on before they move in. If they don't feel nothing, they be like, well, So,
you know what? If you're in our age group, if you're in our age group, and the physical is still like your leading thing, you lost. You lose it. You're
But you
losing because
still,
that's gonna wear off real quick.
it'll wear off, but you still have to have some type of attraction.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Yeah, you got to
It's,
be attracted to them. I'm just saying if that's your number one, like
yeah,
you're in trouble.
this one right here that I'm pointing at right now. She'll be like, but you can grow you like him. I'm
And
like,
that's true. You can grow.
yeah, I
You
know,
absolutely.
but the one that we often talk about, 2 sweaters and a turtleneck.
Yes. But here's the thing. When I met my husband, he had yellow snakeskin shoes, baby. I had to redo that whole thing. If I would have judged him by them shoes, we wouldn't be together.
And you
Yeah,
was,
but
and how long ago was that?
20 years ago.
Okay, but at this point, if something happened to him, God forbid, you ain't gonna be dressing nobody else up at this age.
Oh, but wait a
Right.
minute. I would.
No,
Because Lola
no,
knows me. I'm a caregiver. So she knows that if I see you.
that's
and you might not-
different.
No. See, there's
A caregiver for your mother is different than being a
I'm
caregiver for a grown man
Lola,
with a stinking
Lola,
behind.
what did I come do for you the other day?
you know, I have plantar fasciitis.
That's because she talks as a wife right now.
No. I'm thinking that's me. That's my
Yeah,
my
she's a
makeup.
nurturer. She's a
I'm a
nurturer.
nurturer.
Even if you had to start all over again, you gonna do that.
Let me tell you what I would do. God forbid that I have
Ain't
to
nobody
start
got time for no training wheels.
Let me tell you something. You can't, and I stick with this. You have to look at 2 sweaters and a turtleneck. He might have come from a relationship where that woman ain't had no style either. So where is he supposed to get it from?
Yeah, well, that ain't my problem.
That's not.
No, but
I'm saying, you don't know.
in his situation, there was nothing about him. His conversation didn't turn around because
So that's
I can surpass because I can take you to the store and shop for you and dress you up. But I have to be stimulated mentally because if you take my mind, if you get this, you're gonna get my body. But if you can't get my mind, you can't get my body.
And I get that. And when you
Right.
explain that to me, that it was beyond the
God.
desire, then I said, okay, I get it. But if he don't look the way you want him to, but everything else is popping, you get him together. And depending on the connection that you have and what you see in that person, you may be like, you know what, give me 30 days. I'm going to get him together. Because he may be looking at you the same way and might not like what we wear.
I think if you got to go through all that, then that's not the person.
No, I disagree.
No. Well, I'm gonna stand on that, and I have my reasons. I'm telling you, you could. Let me tell you something. My grandfather told me a long time ago, go get that pig out of the slop, put a white suit on and white tie, and when you get through dressing the pig up, because his nature is pig, he going back in the slop with that white suit that you didn't paid for at JL Stone back 20 years ago.
But you gotta find a person who wants to grow and change, and that's part of it too. If you have a person and you're trying to change them, but they okay,
a Negro will tell you anything in order to get you that. I want to grow. Yeah. But hey, tell me that's probably why I'm still single.
You know, yeah. You saw the silent look on my face.
Girl. I know that because I know what you're saying.
Like, I ain't gonna even say. I was like,
hey,
I think so. So I think what Bishop was saying, like there's a certain style, there's a certain quality that you got on the base level that you got to carry. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like you got to have on the base level. There's something you got to carry. Like if you met a cat right now, and you know you weren't in your situation, and he had some yellow snakeskin shoes on today.
On today.
And I tell you, you would burn the rub off of your shoes running the other way from that Negro. Because there is no hope. And I'm talking about in our age group, you can always tell when dudes thought they were at their flyest point, because wherever they was, that's where they stopped at. You see them, you see them cats with the shirt unbuttoned down to their navel. Look, that in 1978, he was that deal. He was that deal. Tell Lola to tell you about Uncle Bruce.
You better stay off my office.
I get it.
That's my brother. It's hard to that's why I tell people y'all don't get out here in these streets because it ain't nothing out here because
ain't nothing.
There's things that we like. We all have a preference. And I certainly have a type.
You
Sean,
can spot them a
Sean,
mile away.
Sean, go to mess. Sean, go to mess. Go to mess.
I disagree with Bishop on that. With something as simple as dress, some men will change if the right woman comes along.
Let me tell you
Thank you,
something.
Africa.
Now, hold on. Bishop Marvin Winans wrote one book that I remember, and it's called, and he wasn't talking about clothes, but image is everything. A person's dress represents who they are.
Yes.
It represents their character. It represents it represents them. Lola, the way you look at Lola with them two hair things and all that stuff, the two colors and the way she's fine, that's Lola's personality.
Right.
Yeah.
That is her. Lola walks in and commands the room with different color shoes and 10 different color boots, and that is Lola. You're not going to change that about. You're not. I ain't got time to tell it, but you know, Peavy just said, she's like, "Hey, Bishop with his story with the skinny jeans. I'm not. I had on skinny pants today. That's what I like, cause I was 100 and something pounds bigger, and I like to be able to get in them now. Okay, so that's my personality. So no, I'm sorry. That says a lot about the person.
K Max said he don't wear skinny jeans.
Well, that's his business.
Right. I'm just, especially at our age, and in our age group, I just think when you're trying to make someone over, you know,
But it's
that's
not
probably not
necessarily
your
a
person.
makeover. But if you find a person in our age group that is a great person and they just have bad styling, that's aesthetics. You can fix that.
Maybe, possibly, because maybe they like their terrible style.
And just because you put something new on somebody, don't mean they can pull it off and carry it.
Absolutely.
Right. You're right.
Absolutely.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oof.
All right.
That's a tough one.
I know it. You know. Needless to say, he doesn't have those yellow shoes anymore. But yeah.
Well, they disappeared. I think we're gonna continue this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
We gonna continue the same conversation. Are you all willing to come back next Saturday? Are you available? We'll talk offline. But
They ain't going nowhere. They ain't on the road nowhere.
Right. I might be somewhere next weekend. Thank you very much.
Where we got to go.
Right. But you know, you can take your computer with you though, so there ain't no excuse nowadays.
You could call us from Cedar Point, Kendrick.
Right. I'll be like this.
So we gotta close out early tonight, but I want to invite you all back so we can go deeper in this dialogue and talk.
We'll better go to spend time. Absolutely next week. Yeah.
Because Kendrick, he has tremendous insight from a male perspective, and I really, I don't say this often enough to my sister. I respect her grind concerning her household and her husband and the wife that she is. So there's always a lot of comments about me and Bishop being single, but I got friends that has long lasting relationships, and they hadn't always been perfect. And people need to see relationships work, but it take work. And so this is a friend of mine that actually has done the work, and it's paid off. And we can glean from her wisdom and understanding around that, and our wisdom and understanding around this as well. So I love you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been great.
Wait, please. Can I deal with this right here?
Go ahead. Have your way. It's Saturday night.
Bro, Mac, you're right. Everybody's different. That's why you shouldn't come for me with my skinny jeans, because everybody's different. So you athletically built, that's fine. Some like tomatoes. They call it tomatoes. Some call it tomatoes.
He like a loose fit. Looking by the looks of his picture, he likes to wear big, oversized sweatshirts.
Lola. I went far enough. You goes all the way.
I was just commenting on what his picture looked like.
I know when you do your mouth like that, I know what you're doing. Okay?
I couldn't even look at her because I know we
I know we know you.
Right.
We know you. I got it. You ain't gotta help me, sis. I got it.
God bless and good night. Don't come for mine. Not none of mine. Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right. Let me just make an announcement. We at 10:15, the male edition of All Preachers is gonna be on. So y'all tune back in about about 5-6 minutes. Everybody else, you're gonna confirm them for next week because this was good.
Yes.
I'm good.
Oh yeah, we good. We'll lock it in.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
just give
good.
me.
Part 2
Yeah.
next week then.
Part 2 next week.
I'm gonna wear my yellow snakeskin.
Hey, listen, when we get off this call, you need to be ringing my phone, sir.
All right, I got you.
All right, y'all. Good night.
All right,
Okay,
peace.
good night, bye.
Bye.